Drilling for natural gas in the Marcellus Shale Formation is occurring at an accelerating rate throughout much of Pennsylvania. While this drilling has many economic benefits to the Commonwealth, it has also created numerous concerns about potential impacts to Pennsylvania's valued water resources. These natural gas wells require the use of hydrofracturing, where large amounts of water are mixed with sand and various chemicals to fracture the rock and increase production of the gas. This process has led to concerns over the effects of large water withdrawals, the treatment of the resulting volume of contaminated wastewater, and the handling of the chemicals used in the fracturing process. The landscape where Marcellus gas drilling is occurring is also home to thousands of rural landowners who rely on individual groundwater wells or springs for their drinking water. The scale and intensity of Marcellus drilling sites is of particular concern to this population because of the large amounts of waste fluids produced, which can have high levels of salt, metals, detergents, naturally occurring radioactivity, and volatile organic chemicals. Another concern centers on the potential migration of methane from gas wells into nearby water wells. The methane gas can rapidly escape from the groundwater and may pose an explosion hazard in confined spaces. The State Oil and Gas Act includes several regulations to protect drinking water supplies from gas drilling activity. A minimum distance or setback is required between the gas well site and nearby water supplies. During gas well construction, extra layers of casing and cement are installed to prevent movement of fluids or gas into the shallow groundwater aquifers. Waste fluids that come to the surface must be collected and stored in tanks or specially constructed pits. Gas drilling companies also have presumed responsibility for contamination of drinking water supplies within 1,000 feet of their drilling site. This presumption means that the drilling company, to protect themselves legally, will document water quality problems that exist before drilling begins using pre-drill surveys. The drilling company will contract with state-accredited water laboratories to visit homes within 1,000 feet of the gas well site, or sometimes even further, to collect samples to document water quality conditions prior to gas drilling activity occurring. Homeowners who are approached to allow this free water testing should cooperate because this will legally ensure that the drilling company's presumption of responsibility for water quality problems is maintained. While cooperating with this testing, the homeowner should also arrange to receive a free copy of the test results for their records and also ask for and write down the identification of the person who collects the water samples to ensure that they are working for a state-accredited water lab and are not an employee of the gas drilling company. Water supply owners who live outside of the area where industry-sponsored pre-drilling water testing is done, or those who desire to confirm pre-drilling results by industry-sponsored labs, may want to consider paying for their own water test. This testing should always be done by state-accredited water labs that can provide an employee or consultant to visit the home and collect proper chain-of-custody or third-party water tests that will be legally valid. Seek out labs who can provide employees or professional consultants who have extensive experience with proper procedures to collect legally defensible water samples. Arrange to have the laboratory collect the samples within a few weeks or months before gas drilling begins. Keep in mind that there is no standard list of water test parameters, and testing for all possible pollutants associated with gas well drilling can be very expensive. Discuss the costs of the testing with the laboratory or consultant to select a testing package that addresses your concerns while still being affordable. Similarly, well and spring owners that wish to document water quantity before gas well drilling begins would need to hire a professional water well contractor or hydrogeologist to independently measure and document these conditions. During and after gas drilling has occurred, water supply owners should watch for obvious changes in the taste, appearance, odor, or quantity of water from their water supply. Simple conductivity meters can be purchased from online suppliers to allow for continuous monitoring of invisible, dissolved contaminants in water other than methane gas. A large increase in the conductivity of the water during or after gas drilling has occurred could indicate that pollution has occurred. Methane gas detectors can also be purchased to continuously monitor for methane in indoor air. The Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection should be contacted immediately if any obvious changes occur during or after nearby gas drilling activity. Some voluntary measures to protect water supplies can be addressed during gas leasing negotiations. Examples of leasing stipulations include an increased setback distance between drilling sites or seismic testing holes and nearby water supplies, pre- and post-drilling water testing by an independent laboratory, water flow measurements before drilling, and the use of water on the property for drilling or hydrofracturing. In addition to state regulations, many homeowners are interested in voluntary measures to protect water supplies. One important step is to seek out unbiased sources of information to learn about the drilling process and the potential risks to water resources. Penn State Cooperative Extension has created a team of county-based educators and water specialists who are conducting applied research and delivering unbiased educational programs on water issues related to Marcellus gas drilling. One current research project, funded by the Center for Rural Pennsylvania and the Pennsylvania Water Resources Research Center, is monitoring over 250 private water wells within 1 mile of Marcellus drilling activity to determine if drilling causes any changes to groundwater quality. Members of the Penn State Extension team use information from unbiased research like this to deliver hundreds of educational programs each year. They also provide individual consultation to water supply owners and create written and online resources to disseminate factual information on water issues related to Marcellus gas drilling. Water issues related to Marcellus gas well drilling are complex and controversial. Ongoing research at Penn State and other universities seeks to provide factual information on water resource issues to guide both regulatory agencies and voluntary measures by water supply owners. Penn State Cooperative Extension strives to use factual and unbiased research to educate water supply owners in the Marcellus region. For example, Penn State has developed an online water test interpretation tool to assist water supply owners in understanding complex water test reports. To learn more, visit the Penn State Extension Water Resources website.